Aside from those holding illicit and stolen naira in their homes for speculative purpose, we do aim to give all Nigerians that have naira legitimately earned and trapped the opportunity to deposit their legitimately trapped monies at the CBN.
Refusal by the CBN or managing directors to heed the invitation by the House of Representatives is evidence of a blatant disregard for the well-being of the Nigerian people who are their customers. It is also an insult to the authority and prerogatives of the People's Parliament. Therefore, if by the end of today there is further disregard to the summons of this House, I will not hesitate to issue a warrant to the Inspector General of the Nigerian Police.
Let us keep deceiving ourselves in this country that this country is well. All is not well with Nigeria. All is not well. This country is sick and is in a state of comatose. This is coma exhibition. What you are seeing is a manifestation of coma. Because you see, it is sickening. I don't know how I'm able to talk this thing. Just imagine a country. See, that is the Speaker of the House of Rep, the number 4 man in the order of the political order of the structures of this country, number 4, and that is the CBN government. A man who is supposed to be in charge of the policy formation framework and almost all of our monetary policies in this country. That's him. You see how they are publicly embarrassing themselves. Unfortunately, this time Nigerians have folded their hands because you know why? Nigerians have consistently asked why President Muhammadu Buhari has kept Godwin Emefiele as being governor of CBN, because this is the weakest, the worst of all the CBN governors that we have had. But of course, the man had his plan and then he left him to remain there, fully aware that he understands that this man is not loyal to any of the political cabals in this country. He will be able to use him to create some form of sanity in the political process. And now, guess what? The problem has started. And when these people continue to say that Tinubu has built men, this is what they're talking about. He has raised men, so to speak, and sent them to strategic offices in this country so that they can be able to stand as stooges, right? And they will begin to serve his interests, not the interests of this country. This is the same House of Rep at the beginning of this year that sat and they were gallivanting, they were gisting. In the heat of Nigeria's political fuel, all forms of crisis we have been going through, death here and there in different parts of this country, non-government, banditry, kidnapping, trade derailing and all that. This was what the House of Rep was doing. Watch.
I'm coming under a personal explanation as to the effect that something good has happened to this house.
Something good?
Something good, yes.
Has happened?
To this house.
Okay.
And I think that it should be mentioned, and of course congratulate our colleague. The House leader, God has graciously added one person to his family, which make it
is this
the House leader? What?
Leader,
Mr. Speaker, am I protected?
you are not. You are on your own.
Please.
The House leader took another wife.
God has graciously,
He took another wife.
God has graciously given him another child, making it 29 children.
Wow.
That he has. Is it 29? 29. He had 28, 29. Officially, yes. Officially. And it is important. It is important that the House congratulate him for being a good performer on the floor and also a good performer at home. This is my personal explanation, Mr. Speaker. So I congratulate you, House Leader.
Have you seen that? That was a video of what House of Rep members were doing suddenly, because now this cashless policy or the new monetary policy of CBN doesn't favor their boss. Doesn't favor, I repeat, doesn't favor their boss Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are out now as bulldogs, shouting and gallivanting. They are threatening, raining fire and brimstone on the CBN. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Because when we are saying remove him, all of you kept quiet. Now suddenly that the things now that the man go be waiting up favor now. When I say they remove him, you cannot arrest him. You cannot arrest him. I put it to you that Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, you cannot arrest him. You not do anything. You can't do nada. What did they happen? No, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Now which stakeholders meeting the House of Rep do? Who have they consulted? Which opinion pool did they raise? Which Nigerians spoke against the policy? Mona leave him. If you like, one raise position to come and be talking again, leave that man alone. Let the election be over. After election, we can go back to the usual. Because we now do too much for this country. They say me they're quiet now, what they do like soon and get this country. All of us as stakeholders in this country, we own it together. Leave Godwin Emefiele alone. The man has been useless, we agree. But on this particular note, let him at least be useful for once. I know will work. You are complaining. Your problem is about the withdrawal policies.
The policy has not stopped attracting criticism, commendations, and recommendations.
20,000 naira daily.
Magajida Aliu rises on a matter of urgent public importance to call for a suspension of the policy. In his thinking, the new money directive will further add to the citizens' economic woes.
This set of Nigerians who voted us into power, who are the drivers of Nigerian economy, will be seriously and negatively affected, and their business and source of livelihood may be seriously impaired.
And for close to 1 hour, the matter generated diverse responses from the legislators.
Oh, you know, allow now. It's not dollars you guys are using. Why are you not bothered about our naira? Why are you suddenly bothered about naira? And this is the same reason why people like Adam Soshomole, they are going to Senate. If Oshomole wanted to go for Senate, after he left office as governor in 2016, why did he not go to Senate directly? He waited. Now, because Bola Tinubu wants to become president, he's already sending his boys to House of Rep and Senate. And this is why I keep bothered. Nigerians may be educated, right? Most Nigerians may be schooled, may be old. But you see, our level of understanding and reasoning sometimes is very, very, very poor. Some Nigerians say, if Peter Obi become president, the House of Rep and House of Senate, what will happen? Let me tell you, in case you don't know, the House of Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Rep are supposed to be the system that checkmates the executive. Checkmate, that's the word. Not rubber stamp, not to rub his shoulder. Checkmate. Every policy and program should be checkmated for the good of the people. So they have their own view, their own understanding. They do their own wide-range consulting, right? And they checkmate it. So when Peter Obi become president, and he doesn't have people in the House of Rep and House of Assembly, it's for our own good. Go on, right? It is for our own good. So that they will be able to checkmate policies that bother us. And then when Nigerians are aware that this policy will bother, are we not the one that elected this will work? Not be all of them will election. Not be all of them will elect, because that's the only reason. But now, Tinubu wants to be president, he's sending his boys from one corner. So anything he just apply for, bring money, bring loan, bring this, do that. Even if it doesn't favor them, they will be approving. As it's not what we have been seeing. That was why getting leadership for the House of Rep was a big problem when Buhari became president. Because oh God, when I just the thing say, you know, some of them, I don't look when they laugh. Not be this country. No wahala. Suddenly, the CBN governor must be arrested at all costs. Now we not get sense, Abi. Watch the rest of the video and you'll be. Oh God. It is not well, oh. It is not well, oh. Hey God. No wahala. The same House of Rep that has been. Ah God, I've never seen a worthless, valueless House of Rep like this. Suddenly, their voice is out because somebody has touched the tail of a tiger, because somebody has offended their paymaster, somebody has offended their grandmaster and their political godfather. Una no way. All this thing will go around, though. This thing will go around. You are not talking about the unknown government, how to stop the banditry, the kidnapping, the security issues in this country. For SIT doesn't bother you because you have petrol stations on your own. You can even ship millions of liters to yourself and keep in your dockyard and be sharing by yourself. It doesn't concern you. The thing, what bothers you is about the thing that will make this. It pay me, Sha. And Nigerians are on social media on the street campaigning for these elements. These people that do not mean well for us. Mona, not worry. God will shame Mona. I'm telling you. Go and get your PVC, I beg. I don't go. Share this video. I don't even know what to say anymore because sometimes I'll just say, let me do this last video and let me leave everybody. Mona, go for anybody that like Mona photo. I'm not going to say me again, sir.